Hey, welcome back to Second Run Gaming. I'm Austin. We're here yet again with Dragon Age Origins. I switched out our party a little bit, so we've got Sten back instead of our doggo boy. Speaking of Sten, we picked up some new stuff that's pretty specific to him. So we got a greatsword now, which is a little bit better than that flat blade. It doesn't have the +1 to armor penetration, but it does a little bit more damage. So I'm going to switch over to it at least for now and see how that works. He's also got a Canary thickened cap, which is nice and looks kind of dumb, but not as dumb as most of the helmets, so I think we're going to stick with that. He's already got heavy chainmail gloves, so we'll stay there, but now we got some heavy chainmail boots to go along with it, and to match the set finally, just heavy chainmail all around. Very shiny, very heavy. Hopefully that's going to help him be less squishy going forward with these last couple quests we've gotten Lothering, because as you may notice, we've only got two health poultices, and I forgot that we were supposed to give health poultices to that lady. Fuck. We were, weren't we? I'm gonna make two lesser ones and see maybe if that will work.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I found them. You could have warned me about the danger.
I could have mentioned to wipe your ass after you squat,
Nice.
too. Figured you'd piece that together on your own, though. This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
50 silvers. Completed a quest, but at what cost? 3 health poultices, that's what. Now we're down to 1. But I said I would do it. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to head into our tavern and give that man his poison real quick.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Poison!
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, there's enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Jesus. I'm going to see
Still don't have food to
if he's got anything we want. Sailor's crossbow. Not bad, not bad. Thorn of the Dead Gods. I could see why we might want it. I still kind of want to sell the Reaper's Cudgel. It's real good, but it's worth so much money. We're going to hang on to it and sell it only if we really get to a point where it makes sense to just have 400 gold. So I'm going to buy Thorn of the Dead Gods. Probably going to give that to Adelaide. So I am going to equip Adelaide with the Thorn of the Dead Gods, replacing our axe, just because I feel like it was a little slow. And then we're going to switch out to get some studded leather armor. It looks almost the exact same, but it will help. Well, we're not going out with much of anything. And we are going to go fighting. So fingers crossed we don't get fucked. But instead, do really good and don't die at all.
do not like that. Now we're getting ready.
He's already a wolf. Oh god, they're coming at us.
Right. Off I go.
Okay, so far we're okay. Oh, except, actually, nope, it's getting bad really quick. Alistair, no! Please don't die, Alistair. Oh, shit. Okay, this got bad really fast. These wolves fucked us up hardcore. Hardcore? We almost dead? I don't know how Alistair is alive currently. Well, he's not anymore. Oh no, am I dead? No. No! Okay. After a decently long side bar, I'm back. the cool thing about Dragon Age is sometimes you die, and sometimes when you die you discovered that maybe it didn't autosave for a while, and your last save is like halfway through the previous episode. Anyway, we're back, we're fighting some wolves again. We may still just be mauled by wolves, but I'm hoping that we're going to be a little bit better. I picked up some additional elf root. Oh no, already again. Alistair, please don't be mauled by wolves completely before you die. So even though we died, we come back to it with like 2 extra health poultices. That might be enough. I've only had to use 1 so far, so in general this is going way better, even without that. I just don't trust Dragon Age anymore. I'd forgotten that you could lose a shit ton of time with saves, and now I've been reminded. Oh, a corpse. A red-haired lady in a green dress. You found the body of the boy's mother and recovered her keepsake. A bloody battle, but worth it to give that kid some closure a few years down the line. And there's still an arrow over here, so there's obviously something that we gotta focus on. I feel like it's those bears. I'm really worried about these bears. I don't know if we're gonna do well fighting a bunch of fucking bears, especially when Alistair's wigging out in the middle of a bear fight. Please don't get killed by bears, guys. I don't have a lot of injury kits either, so I really need you to do well. This is actually, we're doing good. I do think Sten's new armor and weapon is really helping him kind of be a little bit more useful to the party.
Be cautious.
Berserkers are great if they can stay alive long enough. It's just sometimes they don't. Okay, well we took out those bears, and those were the 2 remaining quests, so even though I had to do like 20 minutes of random catch-up work, a couple minutes by and we're good. We made it. We've still got 2 health poultices. I'm gonna see if I can't craft 1 more. That's just an injury kit. Oh no, I can do a lesser health poultice. Cool. The way that I had those health poultices is that I haven't turned in that quest to that chick yet. I was just gonna wait until after to make sure that that was possible. So as we're leaving Lothering, we'll turn that into her. Do our good deed for the day.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Thanks, Chanter Devons. And that's it. So we are officially pretty much done with all the quests in Lothering. We just gotta drop off a couple of health poultices that I'm immediately gonna regret and miss. And then we are good to go. And I can cut this part because y'all have already seen it. Hooray. We're heroes. We're back down to 1 health poultice just like we were before we ran out into the wilds last time. And we're off. Up the creepy little ramp way into totally not any danger. We've obviously skirted all the remaining danger, and for no reason other than my own personal state of mind, I'm gonna save. Just gonna save. Just gonna do it. For fun.
Away with you, foul creatures!
And there's enemies. Try and get the Hurlock first. Just because we know if we can take out that leader, that might be enough to trigger a cutscene, or at the very least just make it so he's not ramping us down with heavy hits. We're out of health poultices, so Adelaide's probably done in half a second. Yup. Not the best time to taunt Alistair. Oh, he might be dead.
Very well.
Ooh. Come at me. I got him. Nice. Damn it. So close.
So be it.
I think we can pull it off with Morgan. There's just one left.
So be it.
A little bit of health drain. Don't know what that did. Froze that boy, though. That was good.
So be it. Fools!
Got him.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
I doubt you want to travel with the Grey Warden. It is true.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune. Doug.
Probably a good move, bud.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
What?
Now, Bodon does have a quest around him. I think that's for later. It's like a little DLC thing. But we'll see if we can't talk to him about it now.
We'll be off
Yeah.
as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you
Blood
both
Mage.
for all your assistance.
Sealed letter. Ooh. Was a codex entry, I think. Maleficarum regrets. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cache is in the study area, middle alcove. Goodbye. Ooh. A hidden cache in a place where we somewhere might go. Either way, we did it. We got past Lothering, bloodied as we are. We're moving on.
Bad dreams, huh?
Seemed real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon. Is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises.
Good.
Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Ah, yes. Camp. One of my favorite things about Origins, and this is partially just because it was one of the first games that I played that had this mechanic, but this little home base thing is really nice. You've got all your companions. They've all got their own little spots. And I just love it. So we've got some quest markers over there, but I'm just going to take the time to really talk to everybody we have in camp. Our dog Spike is barking, so I want to see what's up.
Oh, why, you little...
I'm sorry, are you harassing my dog?
Me? Harassing your dog? I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
There's hardly any blood drawn. Still, he shouldn't have. It's just a warning. Good boy. Teach that silly Alistair a lesson. This is tough. This is tough. Well, he is a war dog. Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Good boy, Spike. Alright, let's see what Liliana's up to.
Yes? Well, here I am.
I mean, the main thing I would want to know is the vision, but I'm not going to jump right into that. So maybe just what was life like in the Chantry? Do some small talk.
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
True. How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What do you say?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
We already talked to Alistair, but I would like to see if he's got anything else to say.
What do you need?
Maybe about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
That doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
I'd say that's an excellent idea.
I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. The Dalish don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
We bury them and plant a tree over their remains.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
I didn't know Duncan for long, but he was pretty cool. He had a cool beard. He did save my life, so that's also pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. We got our boy Sten.
Why are we stopping?
I love Sten. Sten is like... I mean, I won't get into too much with it, but he's one of my favorite sleeper companions for BioWare games. I really didn't gel with him at all my first playthrough of Dragon Age, but every time I played the game more, he just resonated a little bit more. He's just really unique as far as a companion. He doesn't really want to talk to you, but if you get to know him, he's a pretty interesting character. Speaking of which, we're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
I've never seen a Kunari before. Tell me about your people, or you said you were in the army. Yeah.
I am.
Have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, elf.
Interesting. So you must know your way around a battlefield.
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
And I have never seen the Kunari. Tell me, if you can.
No.
No. Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Ouch. I am curious if he's doing okay.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
I guess we should go.
As you wish.
Somehow, in that gambit, we did get some approval from Sten, which I am happy about. He's really thorny, which I really like about him. It's not often that you get a companion that'll tell you no when you want to learn more about them. And I really thought that that stuck out to me a lot as a companion that you can have, especially so early on. Morgan, of course, being her witch emo self, is all the way over here, away from the rest of camp.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Korkari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You could if you wanted.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. Sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Dang. Quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
In COVID times, honestly, I feel this. I have no idea, though. I am not human.
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Yes, indeed. Nice. Approval all the way around. I never know, especially with Sten and Morrigan, you can think you're having a decent conversation and then they're like disapproving by 4 and you're like, oh fuck, okay. Anyway.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Honestly, sounds amazing. What are you selling?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Of course. 131 gold. Crazy, but potentially very good if, you know, if we want to spend that much money. So yeah, Bodan's not fucking around. He's got a bunch of shit, and it's good shit. It's really good shit. We're not gonna get it for a while, but there's some good shit. But the best shit is this shit. It's the health shit and the magic shit, which I'm gonna buy all of right now. And I'll just hope that he restocks every time I leave the camp, because I don't remember, but I really, really fucking hope that that's the case. Okay, we're broke, but we can sell some stuff. I am gonna sell the rock salve. I'm gonna keep the acidic coating because I can actually coat my weapon in that, which is pretty cool. We do need more distillation agents and flasks, so we're gonna have to sell more stuff. We're gonna sell our frozen lightning, spirit shard, demonic ichor, deep mushrooms, toxin extract, death root. That'll give us enough for 2 whole distillation agents. So now we got 4. See what else we can't sell. Ash Warrior Axe, Dagger, Flat Blade. I don't think we need the short bow or the crossbow, really. Or the bolts, if that's the case. Could always just sell that Reaper's Cudgel. And with that, I'm going to buy 1 injury kit and another couple lesser injury kits. And we're broke again. Gonna see what we can't make. Nothing, because we need elf fruit. And he doesn't have elf fruit?
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Let me see your wares, Bodan. You don't have any elf fruit, huh? Nothing. No root of the elf? Ooh, gifts. All of these gifts that are free, those are feast day gifts that we can get. I'm going to get them just so we have them in our inventory. I don't know if I'm going to use them immediately, though. They're mostly just funny DLC gifts, but it kind of does break the whole game mechanic of gifts, which I think is fine, but I obviously don't want to use it too much. I would like to actually feel like I'm earning our people's trust. Let's talk to Sandal. Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Well, let's see.
Enchantment!
We're broke. But these 3 items can be enchanted. Nobody has them equipped because we're too weak, but it's good to know. And the last thing, we've got this man over here who we don't know, who's not in our party, and yet is in our camp.
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the Coins? Levy the Trader?
I'm Adelaide. I've never heard of you, though.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
My family, well, past a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
So what favor did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Couldn't you just... Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I've never heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
And how will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Well, your family's faith will be rewarded, I'd say. I'll help them, why not?
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
So Levy Dryden is the start of one of the first downloadable content little expansions. It's a small one, but it's pretty good. It's a little difficult though, so we're probably not going to do it immediately. But with that, we have toured our whole camp. We are out, ready to venture, get going, figure out which of the Grey Warden treaties we want to peruse first. But I am going to leave that for next time. Thanks so much for watching, and see you then.